Okay, let's take this this lick now and move it to just arpeggio type notes. So if I have so far I've had the just pentatonics. So now I want to take the same thing and just find some arpeggios with it. So I've been doing this in D minor pentatonic. So let's just find a D minor 7 arpeggio. Now the notes in a D minor 7 arpeggio, just in case you don't know that, I don't want to assume anything, the chord or arpeggio has a D, an F, an A, and a C. Okay, so those are 4 of the 5 notes of a D minor pentatonic. So if I were to find those in my regular pattern of minor pentatonic, I will find them. So okay, so what I want to do here is take that note, which was on the was actually the first one we played when we're looking at this pattern. So the one that's on the 10th fret of the 2nd string, let's just move it out here. So now we have this pattern. Okay, so now we've got 10th fret, 4th string, 12th fret, 4th string, and then the 10th fret of the 3rd string, and the note that we're about to omit, which is the 12th fret of the 3rd string. That's the G. It's not part of the actual arpeggio. It's the one note in the scale that we're going to leave out to turn it from a minor pentatonic into a minor 7 arpeggio. So the last note that we need in this little group is going to be the A. Okay, so we're starting on the note below the root of the scale, the flat 7 C. Okay, a lot of you guys have probably played that group of notes before. So let's just apply it to our picking pattern that we've been doing. So now, really cool. Alright, now let's move that up an octave. So now we've got the same exact notes, but we're going to be playing them starting on the C at the 13th fret of the 2nd string. Then we'll have the 15th fret of the 2nd string, the 13th fret of the 1st string, and the 17th fret of the 1st string. So that's C, D, F, A. And, alright, throw some juice on it. Okay, so as you can see, I can sequence that through the scale too. So what I'm doing there is just I'm going off of each little 7th arpeggio that's out of the harmonized scale. So of D Dorian actually is what I'm using. So just real quickly, I'll just kind of walk you through a few of those so you can experiment with them if you don't know these patterns already. So starting back on the A, again the first note that we started looking at in our little pattern, A, and now instead of playing the pentatonic and going to the C on that string, we're going to go from A at the 10th fret to B. So the color tone in this key on the 12th fret of the B string, and then the top 2 notes are just like the pentatonic. So that's going to be 10th fret and 13th fret on the top. So that is a little, just a little B minor 7 flat 5 arpeggio. You don't have to know that name to know that it sounds good. Okay, moving to the next one, just using the same set of strings, I can go to the B and just play, this is a C major 7 arpeggio. I'm starting on the B, the 7th of the arpeggio. Keep in mind, all these are still in key with that D minor pentatonic scale if I'm applying it to a Dorian type of scenario. So that's a type of minor, but it's not quite so sad because it has a one note different that makes it a little bit happier. So so anyway, starting on that note that makes it a little happier, the B, and I'm going to play my C major 7. So it's 12 on the 2nd string to 13, and then to the 12th fret of the 2nd, or rather the 1st string, the E, and then the 15th fret, the G. Okay, moving on up, I've got the D minor 7 that we looked at just a minute ago in that 2nd octave that we played it in. that's the same. And now we just move those exact fingers up a whole step, so 2 frets. Now we've got 15th fret, hammer on to the 17th fret, upstroke the 15th fret of the first string, and then downstroke on the 19th fret of the first string. That's an E minor 7. And then the last one we'll play for now is going to be the F major 7. Sorry. Starting on E, 12th, it's the 2nd string, the 17th fret, hammer on to the 18th fret, and then 17th fret of the first string, and then the 20th fret of the first string. So a little run could be something like this. Alright, also notice this, when you transition from one to the next, you kind of pick up the new pattern. Usually you anticipate the new pattern. It's kind of really just idiomatic to do that, to pick up the new pattern as you go to the next one, rather than trying to play that last note. Just go ahead and anticipate the next shape. Jimmy does it in his moving version of the lick as well. So that pattern, or that whole little series, we'll put them together slow. Okay guys, that concludes our lesson today on the shuffle picking lick from the end of the solo of Scapegoat Blues on the Lifeboat CD by Jimmy Herring. Okay, be sure and work up as many variations of the lick as possible if you want to include it in your own playing. And as you can see just from our brief lesson, it could be carried across the strings from low to high or high to low. To travel around. You could also go up and down the fretboard with it, or stay in one place and build tension by just repeating the lick over and over, or maybe in just alternating a top note. So just try all these things out, and also listen for this kind of technique played by other players. A couple of guys that come to mind that I've heard doing this in addition to Jimmy Herring would be Doug Aldrich from Whitesnake, and Nuno Betancourt. I've heard him do the very same one, and there's a lot of other guys. I'm sure you can think of lots of other people, and you'll notice other people playing this. Eddie Van Halen even does his own bag of tricks that have some shuffle picking in them. So, and we'll possibly explore those in the future as well. So, anyway, join us again real soon on GuitarBreakdown.com for more adventures. Thank you.